Well, it's been about 7 months. I figured it'd be a good time to do an update on my New Year's resolutions. So, here we go. If you haven't seen my New Year's resolution video that I'm referring to, you can just click on my face and it'll take you there. If you feel like it, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. Not forcing you, but you know, it's there. The main focus, as stated in the previous video, was to stay below 160 pounds. Check. To get 100 subscriptions on my second channel. Not even close. To get my storybook tattoo. Check. And visit my New Jersey friends. I haven't done that yet, but the year isn't over. Some of the things on the list that weren't things you could just check off and be done with them were buy dressier clothes. I've done just a little bit of that. Make more lists. I've made a few lists. I like to do them. You know, have a little organization. Take the clutter from the mind and put it in something that you can look at on your arm. To look at my phone less. Go on dates. I went on a couple dates. Do not fall in love. That was one I set kind of expecting it to be broken. It was the one on the list that I put there pretty sure I probably would break it. And I'm not saying I have broken it, but I'm sort of a hopeless romantic, so that's kind of gonna happen. More on that later. And the ones that were items I could check off included finish Under the Dome. Guys, I've been trying to read this book for I cannot tell you how long. Here's Under the Dome. I'm under the dome. Here's the top of the book and there's the bottom of the book, and this is my bookmark. So, not exactly finished, but I definitely read a good portion of it. The year's not over, so I can still finish it. I just have to make myself. Don't want to let another year go by where I have not finished this thing. Because I want to read it. I want to know what happens. But for some reason, I just have terrible attention span and I cannot sit still and do one thing for too long. I just want to get up and do something else. Anyway, I'm on page 650 out of 1074. I only have 424 pages to go. I got half a year. Read 5 books. I'm terrible at reading. That's the only book I've kind of been reading. Wait, no, I started another book. I only read like a couple pages. Buy a tenor saxophone. I've done that. It's broken. Sort of. Well, I bought it. I have one. I just need it a little bit repaired. I can still play it, but the neck falls off. I don't know. Buy a computer. Bought a computer. But, unfortunately, the reason I wanted to buy a computer was so that I could more easily edit my videos. And this is an outdated operating system, XP, and it does not recognize my files. I don't know if it's because of the computer or because of how the memory card that I have in this camera is formatted or what, but technology just hates me, so that's why I haven't been doing as many videos. Visit a state I've never been? Alright. I don't know if this really counts, but this past weekend I actually visited a state I've never been to. But it was literally because I missed my exit. I was in Memphis for work for the 4th of July weekend, and I was singing, not paying any attention to my navigation, and it said to take the exit to the right, and I didn't. So I crossed the bridge into Arkansas. So I visited Arkansas long enough to turn back around and go back to Memphis. So I don't know if that counts, but I went to a state I've never been to before. So pierce septum. Totally didn't get that done. Kiss a stranger. That's one I haven't told because I kind of used that as an excuse. But I did kiss a stranger. And here's the story. Alright, so I was in a McDonald's I had never been in before in Nashville. And I was hanging out with a friend or whatever, we were talking, blah blah blah. We were about to part ways. We walked to the car. He got in his, I got in mine, we were about to leave. I was on my phone someone came up to me and were like, hey, can you help me find this place? And I was like, yeah, sure. I got on my phone, I was like, do. She told me where she was trying to get to, that it was like sort of the name of the road and like directions to get there just to be sure. And I was like, yeah, I'll try to help you out. And I was like, I'm having trouble finding it. So we went in, sat down, talked for a little while, or just chit-chatted while I was trying to look up information to try to help her out. I kind of closely helped her find directions where she was trying to get to. Went outside, and we were about to leave, and I was like, by the way, I kind of have this New Year's resolution that maybe you could help me out with. So she was like, okay. And I said, well, I kind of wanted to kiss a stranger. Don't know if you would be interested. And she was like, sure. So she walked up to me, had a little smooch. Well, alright, you have an awesome day. And so I did that. And then the last one was to get a passport. Haven't done that yet, but like I said, the year's not over, obviously, but I hope that's not one I go without getting done. Because obviously, next year's New Year's resolution is going to be to go to another country, because that's kind of the next step after getting your passport. So if you remember your New Year's resolutions, let me know how you've kept up with them, if you broke them, if you accomplished them, if you have some nice stories to tell from them. Talk to you later. Also, quick little shout out, a couple really good friends of mine just started doing their own vlogs. If you want to check them out, click here. They are We the Woodards, and they're an interracial couple with the cutest little baby ever. And I love them, they're my family, I would do anything for them, and you should show them some love, because you obviously want to see their kid because he's the cutest thing ever, and he's gonna be the only reason you're gonna watch. Not the only reason, they're pretty awesome people, you should go check them out, because I love them very much. Tell them that Mr.Andykins sent you, and have an awesome day. Hey, there's a plug I lost. It's amazing what happens when you move things in your room.